Well, thank you, Mary, and giving me the opportunity to join a very esteemed panel here, and my pleasure to be participating um, via Zoom here. And I think the technology is hopefully working in our favor, and you guys can all hear me properly. Um, just to sort of provide you a perspective on how the data and the permeation of data in all aspects of healthcare is helping us do better things, and how it is shaping the future of oncology cancer care. So we go to the next slide, please. Before we go in there, I just wanted to reiterate, as my previous esteemed speakers have also alluded to, that we're making significant strides in cancer care, and we've seen that improvement in general in the last 20 years or so. And if you look at that, we have touched upon different aspects. We've improved patient care. And when we look at the 5-year survival rates, we've seen significant improvements in the last 10 to 15 years in particular. And in lung cancer, we've seen greater strides since 2016 after the introduction of biotherapies. And then we're also making tremendous strides in patient-centric approaches, where patient-centered data has now become a norm. And 10, 15 years ago, in our clinical trials and clinical studies, we rarely collected patient-reported outcomes. And now we have 100% of the registrational studies that we see coming out of our um, clinical trial world, including the patient-reported outcomes, which focuses our attention on improving quality of life for patients. And then, of course, there's innovative therapies that have hit the market, all the targeted therapies in the past 10, 15 years, which has led to tremendous strides in cancer care. And now the confidence from a safety standpoint is also allowing us to move into the early stages of cancer management, where we're starting to see strides made by immunotherapies and others, which are providing more alternatives and opportunities for patients to be treated early with targeted therapies. And not only just on the patient-related arena, but we're making strides even on the digital sides, where everyone's talked about previously the new biomarker technologies, new ways of diagnosing disease early, which is helping us improve on patient care as well. From processing standpoint, we're all kind of now gearing towards a more of a team approach, integrated delivery models. Gone are the days where patient would actually walk into an oncologist's office and have a conversation and walk away with that. Now, actually, more and more we're seeing is a team approach that allows us to provide that integrated delivery for cancer patients. And on the access side, of course, there are more new ways of providing patient access around the globe. And we're learning from each other, and we're trying to see how we can provide better payment mechanisms to improve access for patients. Next slide, please. And when you think about it from a data standpoint, data permeating every aspect of cancer care, which allowing us to sort of have a comprehensive care protocols. And we've seen, again, data providing us that evidence-based approaches, longitudinal data is helping us develop those protocols, which allows, again, a better team approach, whether it's in the supportive care, palliative care, or the treatment, allowing us to sort of come up with new ways of developing local pathways, regional pathways, all data-driven ways to sort of treat cancer patients. It's also the data, as you know, is the new currency. It's also allowing us to improve upon the transparency of what we do in cancer. And that in general, with the alignment of allowing us to sort of look at the incentive that are provided and get a better sense of what those incentives and compliance and all of that is helping through the data. So better quality at a lower cost is data is just going to do us. And we've learned that quite vividly within the COVID-19 world, and that's going to continue in the post-COVID world as well. Next slide, please. And needless to say, the data itself can fuel evidence-based oncology policies And we've seen that on the patient care, where you start to see improvement in patient outcomes as data provides us that longitudinal look and allows us to see whether there's improvement in patient outcomes or not. It obviously allows us to do more and more real world data collection, allows us to look at real world evidence, which allows to improve the quality of care. On the societal side, of course, as I talked about from a transparency standpoint, the data in a way allows us to sort of look at the system efficiencies and feeds into the economic growth as well, and also in the next slide or so.
So I think
next slide, please.
Your 5 minutes are up. Can you
okay,
kindly
sorry.
summarize?
Just to very quickly, there's a few registries, as we've talked about the registry programs as well. So I would just stop here in a way to say that the data is permeating in every aspect of our cancer care, and it's going to allow us to work very effectively and efficiently, improve the cancer care, the quality, and also allows us to achieve more efficiency in the societal system. Thank you.